Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Monday, April 4th, 2022. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Before we get to the charts here, I do want to invite you to join me here later on today, this afternoon at 4 p.m. Central Time for our PivotBoss monthly market outlook for Q2. We will revisit some of the ideas that we had from Q1. And we will also look for opportunities here early in Q2 and throughout the next few months as well. There are a lot of very interesting charts. You're going to really want to be a part of this one here. But again, we will be hosting that at 4 p.m. Central Time later on this afternoon using the Zoom link below. So please check that out and join me later on. This is a free and open webinar to anyone, so would love to see you there. All right, let's take a look here at the ES in the daily time frame. You'll notice right now very narrow range here. This range inside day, Friday's range was very narrow. We're trading 36% of ADR right now in the ES, and we're basically trading at the flat line to begin the month. There's no tell right now on which way we're going. Obviously, we've had a tremendous rally and have tested the 8-period average the last 3 days right now. Again, we could be looking at a pullback, a further pullback ahead into the pivot range, which could then provide an opportunity to push this thing higher. Now, whether we continue higher, that's another story. We could come right back down, very similar to what happened back here. You push higher, you pull back, you win again, failed, and that's when you were kind of in this range. So we'll see how we continue out from here. If there's a continuation here sideways throughout the first part of the week here, and then we get a failed high tomorrow or a failed low tomorrow, that could be tremendous for directional bias for that day and perhaps for the next few days. So we're going to continue to watch this here. If we take a look here at the NQ, another narrow range here. This one's trading 46% of ADR. So far, price is trading right at the previous month's close as well. This one honored our 15,250 level. That's a market structure edge right there. And again, higher value relationship here. So we may see a little bit more weakness, followed by the potential to see a bounce higher. Whether that bounce continues, we'll see. Again, there is the potential to fail and kind of turn back down, similar to what we did here. So right now, again, very narrow range inside day, 46% of ADR, and not a whole lot of directional conviction at the moment. A downward trend in the very short term, but this is in the midst of a very bullish move here and testing the PIMA trigger zone after the bullish cross. So we'll see this next pullback. Can we find some sort of definitive strong low? We take a look here at crude oil. Crude oil showing a bit of strength here at the moment. Again, there is everything above 96, 95, 96, and there's everything below it. And right now we're still above it. And as long as we're still above it, anytime price drops back below 100 here, it's been an opportunity to trap and reverse. And we did not get quite as low as the 95, 96 target that we thought we could get. We got to 97, 98. Today, it's been basically an open and go type of situation here. Very strong move, and we're now beyond Friday's highs. So the fact that this one has already rejected the previous week's close and never even tested the previous week's low suggests a move to the previous week's midpoint to begin the week, and that'll put us right at 105.36. So we're looking for a 105.36 target here, perhaps today, but this is for the first 1 to 2 days of the week, looking for that move. And again, above 106 opens up 116 to 106. So right now, looking to see if the next pullback into about 101.40 or so occurs today. That could still be an opportunity to push this thing higher toward the 105.36s. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin here. This is Bitcoin futures. Again, one thing we mentioned before, rounded bottom to begin the year, accumulation. We've seen a very strong bullish transition day. We've now seen one pullback day here into the higher value relationship in the pivot range for the next month, and so far it has responded with a buy signal in a bullish PIMA trigger zone that's developed. Today we've gapped open and dropped here and are testing the previous month's close. Again, this is a very unique situation here for Bitcoin in that if it's able to push back through 47, 48 here and get going to the upside and hold on this pullback low, things could get very, very bullish, and we could be looking at 52,000 very, very quickly. If early this week we fail to hold, say, the tail edge here and we close through that, how much more downside do we get from that type of failure? Does it hold at the midpoint here? Do we need to come a little bit lower? Again, at this moment, crypto in general and Bitcoin especially here have been very, very bullish. So this pullback here, as long as it holds 46 right now, it seems as though it will build for a continuation higher until proven otherwise. If we take a look at Ether futures, this one's been even more bullish. If you look at this one here, this is a 25,000 level, and this just hit basically 36 today. 35.95 half is the high. That's a big time move right there in such a short time. We talked about the back end of this key range here and what that means moving forward, but we also mentioned this one also had a classic triangular type of pattern here. You don't see many of those classic patterns anymore, and the break was very, very strong. You see the first test here into the PIMA trigger zone, also bullish, along with the small blue signal there. That would be your modified PIMA crossover signal, highly confirmed trend signal. And again, testing the edge up here, but any pullbacks right now, still an opportunity to defend, as this one looks to come back toward break even on the year. Alright, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Again, would love to see you later on this afternoon for the PivotBoss monthly market outlook at 4 p.m. Central using the Zoom link below. We're going to talk futures, stocks, crypto, and I'll also take your recommendations. I'll see you later on this afternoon. Take care.